5 seconds remaining. VICI Gaming's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I appreciate your order of words, Shiva. Yes, we are here at the True Analyst Desk, BSJ. We were talking about this throughout the drafts as well. It really felt like Team Secret just were struggling to try and find that answer once they hit the 4th, 5th pickup. VG have so much AoE control, and it's the Centaur enough.
This, for me, might be the worst draft I've seen from Secret in a while. I'm also ready to be blown away by what they do with it. By no means am I going to count out a team like Secret. They do pull out some wonky strats sometimes, but For me, I think they just have counters across the board on VICI for what Secret's trying to do. Rubik super good against the Veno. You steal his Plague Wards, they get the Poison Sting. You have the Puck Coil for the Centaur ultimate disengage. Yeah, they picked the Centaur, I think, because of the Doom. When you Doom somebody, you just use your Centaur ultimate to save them.
Yeah.
But no real reliable lockdown for the Slark. No instant disables that he can't just pack off.
And Slark's going against heroes like Centaur and Morphling, who like
He's
will
just going to
survive.
wail on him.
Yeah, and you'll just keep building up stronger and stronger and stronger. So long drawn-out fights, which Venomancer likes as well, doesn't help him.
Yep. Expecting to see a Diffusal Blade Ags from the Slark. We were talking about the Ags. I don't think he really needs an early mid-game BKB here. Yeah, they have a lot of damage on the side of Secret, but the Veno's a support. The SF's going to get doomed. We saw that earlier. That's makes SF not look very powerful. He does need to cast his spells in order to do most of his damage. So, like I said, I'm ready to be pleasantly surprised, but not liking Secret's draft all that much this game.
No, but hey, we'll see what they're able to do with it. VG will be able to take 3 of the 4 bounty runes to begin their game, as Gale's already been committed by Puppey. I love this early ward that was planted down as well by PYW. The Dire Observe ward just looking in front of the Radiant Tower. There's no way this safe lane can surprise the off lane of VG anymore. And it was not scouted out. He did it from inside the tree line.
Yeah, in the early stages of the lanes, it's really important to have all the information against these kill combos, like the Tuskar Venomancer. Just making sure you know who's in the lane and you know what to play around, because if you see them, not only does it mean you can play around them, but the other lanes don't have to be afraid. Sometimes in the early game, if you don't know where they are, like even top lane, maybe Slark would have to play more afraid, not knowing where the gankers are.
Still uncertain where Puppey's off to. He dragged a melee creep, and it's just gone for a bit of a wander around. Now DY back into the Arctic Burn. Puppey has to Gale up the Rubik, who still is holding that Fade Bolt. Mid one also very low. They're trying to create space for Matubberman to get CS on this offlane, but right now he's still 1 CS behind that of the Doombringer. But it is holding this tri-lane versus tri-lane. Zaya's done his own pulling on the top lane, but Eurus managed to drag the Radiant Creep Wave in between the Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers, so we can hold this back quite nicely.
Yeah, he's going to deny an entire creep wave here on the side of Eurus. They have this kill combo Tuskar, or Venomancer Tuskar in the lane, but I don't really know if they can kill anybody, especially bottom. They have to protect this Morphling, but who do you go on? The supports are always going to be positioned in the back. The Doom just pushes Scorched Earth, and even if you bring him down, I think you might lose a couple casualties in response to that.
Yeah, the best thing you can hope for is like to burn consumables, but that's really it. At least until Rubik is level 2, there isn't that secondary control. Doom doesn't have any extra damage either. He still went to Scorched Earth level 1. And if he can find himself a nice creep, maybe he'll look towards that. Gale flies out. It does connect over on the Rubik, but mid one's low on life.
Yeah, you Gale him, but now what? That's what I was trying to say, is you just walk at him with the Doom and they have to run away. When you both level your kill combo on the Tuskar as well as the Veno, like, you have to get kills, otherwise you just don't win the trades. The Venomancer does not trade well without his Poison Sting, only hits for 45 damage.
Yep. They can't keep him close enough to get any extra levels. Meanwhile, everyone's level 2 on VG Gaming.
Yep, already a 1K net worth lead at 2.5 minutes into the game.
That's because Ari's winning, actually every single lane is winning the CS battle at the moment. Splinter Blast, Matubberman copying some extra damage, looking for the first blood over on Yang. DY helping from the tree line, but nothing can help out Yang. Not enough life to survive, and Matubberman is the man who gets the extra goal for first blood. While Puck and Rubik were in the middle lane, Nisha, he's TPing back to the Tier 2 tower. So he's able to grab the bottle from the courier as Puppey will soak up that level 2. So now he actually gets the Poison Sting.
That was smart. He TP'd mid knowing that Nisha was going to miss the wave. So even though Nisha doesn't get the levels for himself, Puppey, like you said, needed to find a way to get that level 2.
And with Rubik moving through mid lane, he'll go towards the top lane to try and stop Zai, who's pulling a creep wave down. And he is able to do that. Grabs the Kobold, so Zai unable to get that free experience that he wants to get.
Slark absolutely free farming though.
22 for 4.
Seems like it's been that way every game. Pretty much every offlaner that's popular right now are these tanky melee heroes that can't really trade with Slark early on, and they choose to just dodge. None of them have really looked to pressure the Slark.
Another jump again. Heading towards Yang. DY can't really dissuade them, even though there's heavy damage onto Matubberman. Now you get another Gale off. Puppey can keep the Sting, and DY TPing also to the Tier 2 tower. Just away from this battle. But something kind of has to change. Rubik has been sitting up on this top lane. Do you bring Puppey up here? Do you help out Zaya, or is he still fine just by himself?
Nah, I think you kind of just let him do his own thing. Keep securing this lane for the Morphling. Zai's getting a lot of levels, does have decent CS as well.
Doesn't he do something to try and slow down this Slark? But I suppose like once he's hit 6, right, like what do you do as a Venno? You don't do anything.
Yeah, maybe they just try to get the Centaur 6 as early as possible and look to punish the other lanes, but you can't really kill the puck either, you know.
Yep.
Even more elusive of a hero than Slark. No instant disables on Secret. I just want to harp on that again. When you're dealing with puck Slark type heroes, you just have to have an easy way to kill them, and right now I just don't see that happening for a long period of time for Secret, but they've been playing this kind of elusive, dodgy game this whole series, and in the first game didn't work out, but last game they did pull it off. It's a matter of, can you play elusive against a puck Slark? I don't know if you can.
Feels hard. Zai, that's what I was worried about. He's still trying to get the creep skip in.
Permanent agility for Slark as well.
Yep.
2K net worth lead at 5 minutes for VICI.
Looks like it'll actually be a 3-1 rune trade once again in favor of VG Gaming. Once the Slark has taken the top one, here we go again. The double slow is being applied to Yang, having a hard time getting away. TP support's coming in. PYW returns to the lane, and Tubman waveforms forward, but that cold embrace giving Doom back his life. But Tubman thrown forward, so we can actually get the stun of the Puppey, following with a Splinter Blast and the range attack from Rubik. Great target identification from VG Gaming.
Yeah, that was really nice. Any player would usually just throw the Morphling back into you, but with that Morph, he's not going to die. So using the Morphling himself to stun the Venno. Really smart play there.
After he uses waveform, it had to be so tempting. Does buy space a little bit for SF. The advantage for Nisha, like we saw him harassing pretty heavily into Ori. That's why Ori's gone all the way back to base. Now Puck TP's out, and yeah, they really want to kill off Zai.
It's free Agi too.
Free Agi, you've got Dream Coil available. They're committed as well. Centaur does not want to stand around. Silence forever, so we can't even hoof stomp, and the TP scroll wasn't available. From bottom lane, Winter Wyvern will have a hard time getting back to the tier 1 tower. Shards will fly forward. This will block DY in, but hey, no, it won't. This is a bird that can fly.
Whatever Secret's game plan was going into this, I really don't know what it was, but so far proving to be just the case for VG, already up by 3,000 gold. I think they just need to get some kills on the board. They need some levels first.
He's so close. Fadebolt's going to connect. They've still got telekinesis. Chance to block in the Gale. He only clips PYW. Slowing down his ability to close the range for the level 2 telekinesis.
Doom does have the cloak aura on his creep. So even less damage coming out from the Radiant side. SF as well as Venno primarily relying on that magic damage.
There you go, shovel it up. No, I got a Cobalt.
Yeah, I was going to say get the Cobalt for the XP. He needs that 6 as soon as possible.
And Mr. level 4 Doom. And level 5 at a bit, Centaur.
Yeah, they're free to apply this pressure. But Nisha, he is out-leveling Ori in the mid lane. So that is a potential saving grace for Secret here.
Mid one's returned to the bottom lane, hiding in the trees, but with Puppey's pull, the trial lane just moves over, and Puppey feels a little bit too far out. Mid one's going to arrive, slowing down Yang. The Infernal Blade will burn Puppey. Mid one, jumping over, just turns into for a sec. Should arrival. Yang should not be able to escape this one. Nisha, a big kill, but that's his rotation off the mid lane.
Look at this Slark's net worth though, man. 4,100. Top of the leaderboard. I mean, usually I don't look at net worth this early on in the game, but what a ridiculous disparity at this start, just compared to anybody on the side of Secret, not just Matumba Man.
Yeah. Don't know how you stop this.
Yeah, Centaur's getting good levels, but Doom still ahead of him on the net worth by a drastic margin of 500 this early on. When you think that Zai, being already level 6, would have that advantage when Doom's only level 4, but that's just not the case. They are staticking the net worth lead.
They want to go for Rubik. Shards will block it up. Mid one's going to close the range a little quicker to get that tag team to work. That'll work. Stampede coming in. Nisha, 1 raise, 2 raises. He's got the wrong max range to also go to work. And Winter Wyvern will cold embrace, but he's moved in. He's got the Dream Call. He's going to go for his opposite mid. And Nisha looks to wind up nothing because he's got nothing. He doesn't have that ultimate available yet. It's only in level 8 and he's a 4-4 build.
Eurus already TPing bottom, looking to be a part of the fight here. Free agility.
Chase Puppey under the tower. Puppey Begins his TP out. Can't complete it. Yang providing just that little bit of extra damage to actually take the last hit. But yep, 3 permanent agility currently on Eurus. 9 minutes in. Zai, now he's on the run underneath the tower. Telekinesis has already been used. Zai, man, that's ballsy. He's salving, he's not TPing. The Morphling is nearby. Observers and sentries planted. Zai now comes out. He doesn't have Stampede available. And you've also got Ori. And this guy just loves to keep the rotations going. The Matumberman sees the potential kill over on the Rubik. If he hits the waveform, Shan's flying forward. Now silence! Ori catches him. The Hawk stop won't connect from Zai. Matumberman's rotation ends up for naught. And Zai is the man retreating out. They're trying to push the limits. It would have only got them a support. Zai will dig, and then he'll go down too.
Oh my god, he also fed the 7 extra gold to the puck in the meantime.
So Eurus gets to take the tier 1 tower on top lane while Secret fall apart on the top.
All jokes aside, sick play from Ori on the puck, but at the same time, they made it pretty easy on side of Secret. No instant disables, just dodging the Centaur stun relatively predictably.
Oh, VG feeling very royal. The jelly is into the Rubik. And he'll even give one over to the puck, I believe. Yep.
And the other one for the Slark. Poor play.
Yeah, look at him go. He's being a real support.
Wow, what a boss.
He'll even pick up the bounty runes on the way through.
He's almost got a Diffusal Blade already on Slark. That's going to be an 11-12 minute Diffusal Blade. Level 10.
This is some speedy stuff. Top tier 1 tower is finally brought down. Snowball forward, looking for the Winter Wyvern. The Shards couldn't catch him out, but DY now does hit the ground. But Nisha and Matumberman, they're just so non-maneuverable. They have to walk their way in. Now Puck, a 2-man Dream Call. Cold Embrace buys DY some time. Another quick silence. DY, he's still regenerating. The Doom is out. It's on the SF. No Requiem for you, but at least the Dream Call's gone, so the Stampede can be a little bit more effective. But Tuskar picked up, thrown down once more as Eurus jumps himself forward. The Tuskar Snowball delaying this up, but look at Doombringer's movement speed. You've already got the kill on mid one, but Nisha can't outrun this Doombringer. He's got the speed auras over Matumba. Get away from my core.
That's a Stampede down, though. I think that ability is more important for Secret than the Doom is for VICI. Already have the Diffusal Blade on Slark, going the Axe next, as we talked about. That point, man, they already can't kill him now. I'm looking for a window for Secret. Where does this game get simpler? Dota Plus seems to think they're in a decent spot. 39% chance with them here.
Where does that 39% come from?
That's what I want to know, Dota Plus. Give me an explanation, please.
Yes, numbers without reasoning make no sense. This puck has been everything as far as one of the greatest heroes of this tournament. Now he's got one of the big attack. Level 10 is up, going for Blink Dagger for Ori next. Looking to stay with the initiation. And the normal build from the Slark with the Aghanim Scepter. As most things happen, once the tier 1 tower and bottom lane is lost for Radiant, they'll also lose that outpost. Doombringer will claim that. More jelly. Centaur does not wait. Zai consumes one.
He's going a Blink Dagger of his own, but by no means does that secure kills. That's the difference in my opinion. Once you have this Blink Puck, almost everyone on Secret will die to that Blink Coil silence, but you have to Blink Centaur Stomp a Slark or a Puck. If they're aware, if they're ready, they're going to be able to react to that. But if they manage to find that opening on the side of Secret, they can blow the game wide open. It's kind of like they already did previously in this series.
VICI are the ones who are hunting. 3-man smoke up. There was a ping that came out, and I think mid one was meant to move over a little early so he could check for the smoke gank, and then he'll end up walking into it. Nope, Nisha's there too early. Got one quick raise, the Death Requiem's out, but the Dream Core catches Tuskar, who was coming over to try and help out. He might get a snowball quickly. Nope, just dies straight up. And then towards the mid, Doombringer. Doom is back off cooldown. He just throws it out.
Up, he jukes him.
That he does. Back up to his Plague Wards. Matumba sitting in the back lines, but yeah, you don't juke for long. Eurus now has a double kill. Actually helps the fact he gets over. 6 permanent agility. Yeah. And now they think about Zai on bottom. Nah, Doom's just cleaning up the mess. Feels like VICI have to make a huge mistake for Team Secret to get back in this game.
I think they have complete control whether or not they win this game. I think as long as they play smooth, don't overcommit at any point, look for kills off cooldowns, but don't need to force it otherwise. Going for the Diffusal Blade on Matumba. He originally had the Lincolns, has the casual Ring of Health, but I think he's realizing that he can't afford to go for this luxury item against the Doom. Even though I wouldn't even consider it a luxury item. I think it's almost a necessity, but it's just going to come online too slowly, I think, if he does.
This is so fast for VICI Gaming just to turn around. Every 70 seconds that Dream calls off, you know this puck continues to hunt. He's even going to use the Arcane Rune just to slow it down a little bit more. Stampede forward, goes up, goes down, doesn't want to have to break it. Ori is nearby, he went in pretty deep, and now Puppey, well, he's got no Nova, and he's got no HP. Down he goes, mid one Nisha, they're both trying to get into this. And what have they really got? They've got nothing because Stampede got stolen. So VICI Gaming, they disengage, and now they re-engage under the Dome Dire Observer. Another great double silence. This looks so easy. And you know Doom is diving.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But Yang thinks twice about it. A level 5 Tuskar does not seem worth it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Interesting box being drawn by Puppey. He's basically just drawing around the northern side. Maybe that's the only place they really can fight now, where the tier 1 tower still exists. Get some vision around this area.
You need to try to take fights on your own terms on the side of Secret. They're kind of just playing reactionary Dota right now. I don't think you can afford to just keep letting VG do this, but until the Centaur blink, I don't really know what you do to force the fight for Secret.
You know how far ahead the Slark has to be? Diffusal Blade, not even just going straight Ags. He's got a Midas coming out on the Courier.
Wow. Is that necessary? That's kind of my question, right?
Hey, who were we talking about before in the back room about, like, you pick up the, oh, sorry, it was Pegasus. it was Jimmy.
Yeah.
The Tidehunter Midas, you're ahead, but is this going to keep pushing you further ahead?
Is modeling your gameplay off of Jimmy the right play, totally? I'm just kidding, Jimmy, if you're listening.
He's somewhere here in Singapore. Mid one, Snowball. Playing on the shot. Oh no, the curse is up. Hold him in position. Doom up the SF. He only had 19 souls to begin with. He's going to drop down a little bit more. He's like, can someone please deny me under my own tower? Down to 10 souls. And that's the 4th death for this SF. Top. They just keep going and going.
Kills galore for VG.
+9, about to be +10.
No,
Zai just cannot walk away. At this point, I wouldn't even get yourself a beverage. You'll be preparing yourself for the GG call. VG are in permanent control of this map. And Team Secret, you said they're playing reactionary Dota. I don't know how they initiate. You don't have a blink on Centaur. Your shards can't block up. The Rubik just used a Stampede to escape. It was wearing off anyway.
You hate to say it at the start of the game, and I kind of hinted at it. This is like the worst draft I've seen in a while. They got to make something happen now.
They're going after Yang. This is where they could potentially get a kill. Some kind of upside. They're walking away from them. Take him in the snowball. You may as well commit to it. Your snowball's not even long enough. Yang out walks the snow.
I can relate, Toby.
No.
Does have the point booster towards the Ags as well.
Well, here we go. PYW locked inside the shots. Telekinesis is being used. Look at his stun over on Isham. Now the Stampede forward. Snowball catching out the Rubik. Zai's going to be here as well. But now with the stolen Snowball, he waits this out. Yang still ready to fight. Give him the movement speed. Can he do it? No. PYW. They move over towards Yang, but the curse is on the Centaur War Runner. He will be able to tank through most of this, however, while Puck and Slark kill off the bigger carry in the back lines, which is the Morphling. So you got Genova off, but the big cores are coming over. VG Gaming have just used their money to buy back him. Nisha winding up the Requiem. Your fear Eurus away, but he instantly breaks free. Thanks to the Dark Pack. A couple of raises. The Nisha can't do much more. Dead for 46 seconds. Zai will join him in the afterlife as well. Ori's just staying with him. He's baiting out the war stop, waiting for the phase shift timing. Zai goes down. PYW. Tribute to Yapsor, who's not here for Team Secret. And GG comes out. Not even 19 minutes. 18 minutes and 39 seconds will be on the clock as this game 3 comes to an end. And VG Gaming eliminate Team Secret for the One Esports World Pro Invitationals here in Singapore.
I said it at the start, I'll say it now. That was just the weirdest draft for me. I don't know. They picked Morphling into Puck. I thought, hey, they gave him Puck. They know it's coming. You're going to pick something to deal with it, and then you pick a hero that's countered by it. Doesn't really make sense to me on paper. And it's obviously, it's easy to get lost in the draft sometimes, even as a world-class captain like Puppy. And not quite the showing I expected from Secret going into the last game of their best of 3 here, ending their event, placing, I believe, 6th.
I'm interested to see what happens. Like, obviously, VG get to have themselves a bit of a break now, but they've seemed to at least found a lot of comfort through the Slug, through the Puck, through the Doom. But Puck and Doom have been 2 huge heroes that you are almost fairly certain will never get through the first ban phase. Like, it can't be possible, right? Yeah,
the rest of the tournament, maybe teams will keep giving it to them to see if they can beat it in the major, but for now, people seem to be content losing to it, and I don't know, they look potent.
Well, that they do. Congratulations to VG Gaming. They move through into the next round of the lower bracket.
bounty, which my matriarch will prize.
You might wish to recapture
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Armored across the map every single time from DY since he went for the build. Those 2 points, yeah, it's gonna be really strong.
Yeah, Lance's best bet really is to play a bit of the farm game, make sure that they don't feed away too much, get Limp on this path towards those quick items. He is top net worth on the Magnus, he needs to stay there. Echo Saber's nearly done. Limp's got to keep his cool. He's got to be that strong force that sort of is the backbone and provides the ability for Nico, baby, to climb into the game eventually with the Empower and start to make plays on his own accord, because they need a lot to kill these heroes that VICI Gaming have drafted.
Yeah. And VICI Gaming is farming on 4 of their heroes pretty nicely. PYW is getting a significant amount of space on that puck this game, going for the straight 4-staff to be able to protect his allies and just pull them out of any of those type of tricky plays that Alliance does set them up for with the silences and with their disables. He's going to have it very early on in the puck.
Of course, VICI Gaming themselves not too upset if they don't find action. They know that they can control the lanes that little bit better with the lead that they've got out of the early laning stage.
And they did set themselves up with stacks. That's the important thing. I saw that Eurus, he had so many stacks in the jungle to at least keep up pace versus Limp. That's what you see. He's almost same net worth as a Magnus, where we tend to see this Magnus when he's played as this just empowered farmer in the jungle, pulls way ahead. But Eurus did have a lot of camps for himself, as he's actually gone for an Echo Saber this game. Wants to get involved early on and just be that extra tanky force. He's pretty big. He's gonna have what? He's gonna have over 2,000 HP on a Slark.
No, I like it. I think especially with sort of the nerfs you see to items like the drums, for heroes like Slark, Echo Saber makes a lot of sense for the value.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit concerned maybe because of those silences that are coming out, the Disruptor as well as the Skywrath. With this, I don't know if they're going to have enough damage actually to kill him if they do land it on him. He literally has 2,000 HP. Yes. So it's not the Diffusal Blade that we've seen of most of the games, but with this one, he's probably expected to have backup from the Abaddon as well. So if he's just that much tankier, they will be able to get there to actually protect him or throw a living armor on him. He's really, really strong if he does get gone on.
Yeah, Yang, Ori, and Eurus, they all are at this point in time, just 12 minutes in. 2K lead for VICI Gaming, and with that Echo Saber picked up, Eurus wants to get aggressive. Smokes up with DY and PYW. They're ready to move over to Alliance's half of the map and see who they can catch out alone.
They haven't seen Nico Baby in ages, so they know he's just jungling. Who's it going to be?
They know 33 is around the tree line. Dreamcore's dropped down. There will be TPs coming in, but 33 is already down. Limp is going to try and turn, goes in.
Nice RP.
To the static stop bombs there. They've caught Eurus, but he's so tanky.
Oh my God.
The Slug, he's still at half health. He's still got the Shadow as he turns, takes the kill on Limp. And VICI Gaming, they can just look to dive past tier 2 towers. Yang stays on top of the Skywrath. Handskip, heal 4. Nico Baby will TP him, but it's a triple kill for Yang. VICI Gaming, they're not done yet. They're forcing Alliance back up behind the tier 3 towers. They're just too strong for Alliance to tackle right now, even with Alliance landing these RP Static Storm combos.
It's exactly what we were saying, right? The build that he actually went for on Eurus this game is genius. He eats every single spell, they just tank it. The Abaddon gets his ulti off, and then Eurus just holds his grounds inside of that ult and just hits back. He doesn't really care because he's just so durable with the build that he's gone for here. Really cool approach coming out from Eurus.
Middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see that one again here. Look at his health. He has 2,020 HP. He's already preemptively living armored inside of it. And then you see the combos coming out.
I mean, they give the two of them. Eurus is in the center of there. Mystic Flare, Static Storm, RP, the whole combo. It just doesn't matter. It's nowhere near enough at this point of the game, considering how good of a start that Eurus has had on the Slug with these quick items. And because of the beautiful draft he has around him, he's just not going to die this game.
Look at that, they're smiling. They know that this Slark is a big problem for Alliance to deal with.
Limp just trying to play around with Yang. He's got the borrowed time though. See if they can kill him off. Yang, he's got PYW by his side here in Alliance. It's hard for them to get in. A Dream Call on the 3 of them will stop Alliance from being able to go in. And in fact, Ori goes in aggressively with the Timber Chain. Will get glimpsed back awkwardly. trying to separate him from the rest of the team.
Right on two.
Down. Nico Baby commits with the ult, but cannot even kill up the tree. DY, he's able to move away. They'll come in with the roars. They're trying to set up a kill. Does split Ori away. They'll get at least the Timber Saw. Maybe Alliance could get more Mystic Flare. It's not available quite yet. PYW, the silence is removed by Yang with that apodic shield save. Static Storm's down, but Eurus, he already got the Shadow Dance off, so he's healing back up. Yang continues to retreat. PYW is picking apart the support. Nico Baby,
the RP.
They have the RP though. They catch out Eurus. They catch out DY. Big plays from Alliance as they're finally able to find some fortune. PYW does manage to finish off Handscan. But Alliance, they get Yang, they get 4 kills, and they're not done yet. PYW ripped apart as well. Alliance, they team-wipe VICI Gaming. They are back in the game.
That was so much patience coming after them. Look at Limp's damage coming in there. They actually played that fight so well. Ori jumps in, but then they actually force Yang's ulti pretty early on in the Abaddon. You see 33 actually is able to get a roar on the Abaddon as Ori commits very deep forward, and they're able to split the fight completely. VICI got outplayed there by Alliance, even though they get a decent root. Limp just very patient with that RP, getting the perfect situation to get it onto Eurus, onto that Slark, even though he's so tanky.
An incredibly important series of events there for Alliance to have. And again, you see the roar, you know, focused on Yang, but the pushback works, right? You see Ori getting forced in that awkward position closer towards the tower.
He has to go so far forward, and Ori, look at that. He gets actually pushed forward. The roar, it controls the Abaddon as well with no ulti, so he can't actually protect anybody there. And then they're able to just continue the chase forward. VICI had already expended the majority of their ultimates. They'd used actually everybody's there. Shadow Dance was used, Dream Coil, Tree ulti, as well as the Abaddon. And now they immediately run to the Roche. Nico Baby's trying to sneak this one.
They do lose the tier 1 tower bottom for it. We'll see if Alliance are able to get away with this with the so as you said, they should do so, especially with VICI Gaming being down there on the bottom half of the map.
I like this move. I think they're recognizing we have no intention to fight when we don't have our RP. Might as well get something out of the map. Even if we lose a tier 1, we get a Roche.
They lose a tier 1, they lose the support, but they don't care. Alliance there will happily take this bit of trade in action here. 17 minutes in, able to close that lead that VICI Gaming had, and a very important play there from Alliance in a series where up until then, they had just been losing every single move that they made.
They need to get a few more of those with Limp. They have to just keep, it's really a lot of eyes on Limp to be able to control this mid game, as it's been a lot of pressure on 33. He got shut down so hard in the laning phase. He has to be very patient with those primal roars, and he did do it perfectly in that last fight.
We'll see VICI Gaming now certainly be a little more careful with how they make the next move. Looking towards getting those next items done, making sure that they don't let that lead slip away anymore.
Yeah, just be a little careful with how aggressively you throw your ultis forward, because they threw their ults in kind of like a disengaging manner from both DY as well as PYW, the two supports. Just have to watch for themselves when they do that.
Dota Plus calling it a 50-50 at the moment.
Ooh.
And with that sequence of events, you can definitely see why. And this game is back on the table for Alliance here in Game 2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
As for the flawless plays that VICI Gaming had in Game 1, definitely starting to show there are some weaknesses that Alliance can expose this game. Now their own items continue to come out. Diffusal Blade.
Ooh.
Complete for Nico Baby.
Look at that. The Puck, since he is a support this game, he actually doesn't do the phase shift auto tech. He goes for that cast range for his waning rift positioning.
And Yang been separated here from the rest of the team. He's got a borrowed time to rely on. Dreamcore's going to get dropped down. Only catches out Lim. Could drop Fada. Yang, he'll try to TP out. They've got ways to cancel it though. The stomp's out, and Yang will fall.
And 33 holds the roar this entire time. I love that he's able to do that because he does have that Centaur.
And down the mid they go. Alliance now feeling more confident to sort of force the issue themselves. Nico Baby knows that he's strong.
Yeah, they want to be playing. They want to be playing pretty aggressively around these next few moments when they have the Aegis. When they have, I mean, it's a pretty mid-game draft that they have as well, with an Ursa, with your Skywrath and your Disruptor for these early few moves.
They do need to get themselves straight to that outpost if they want to get it in time. Make sure they have at least one here coming into the 20-minute point, and
they will.
They will. They've got the two of them here. Fada and Lim able to claim it before the 20 minutes, so will be able to get a share of that XP bonus handed out. Aghanim's done for Eurus. Still very, very quick timings here from the Slark this game.
He's not versus the heroes that we did see with that Aghanims be incredibly good. Those mobility heroes. This game, sure, the Magnus can be one of those that it is very good versus, but Lip isn't going the Aghanims this game because of that. He's actually gone for the BKB, Echo Saber, and he's just going for his own greedy type of items rather than being this skewering hero all around. As we've seen, you can get to control too much versus a Puck, versus a Slark, versus a Tree. You want to have your own items.
You see with Alliance, the push is certainly very strong anytime they sort of gear up and get ready to go with 33 by their side. Able to take control of some of VICI Gaming's jungle as well. Yang comes in, extra TPs as well, following up to turn this one onto Alliance if Alliance do try and take the fight. Nico Baby having a poke, will be able to claim that at least a creep gets jumped upon Eurus. He's leashed him. An ult pop by Nico Baby is able to jump away. Static Storm controls the two of them. Lips heading in with a BKB. The RP, he gets the two big ones. The Roar's out as well, but doesn't get the connection as they're out. Or he does fall, and now VICI Gaming, they're trying to turn. They'll pop the Ursa the once. Silence on the 33, another pounce forward. Kills up the Beast Bus.
He's silenced.
The ancient seal from Asken. Eurus is in trouble. He's trapped up by the field. The Slark dies. And now Yang. He has to borrow time, but Alliance, they've still got 4 members surrounding him. PYW is trying to get them off. But Nico Baby, he's stacking up the swipes. Another silence from Hansken. Nico Baby's onto the abandoned. He's clips back. Fada has the control. Yang is dead. 3 dead on VICI Gaming as Alliance again will take advantage. Nico Baby even able to clean up PYW on the backlines. The game now for the first time and a slight gold advantage for Alliance.
Eurus gets caught by the silence. These instant disables coming out from Alliance. They had themselves like kind of perfectly positioned there. And they're even going to throw the tip on him as Hansken. Level 3 Ancient Seal. Makes it kind of hard to play against.
It really does. You know, the shield, it's only going to save so much. Yang can't save everyone. And Hansken playing around it perfectly with his target prioritization in these team fights.
Yeah, and it looked decent right there for VICI too. They got a pretty good overgrowth on 3 heroes right after that RP comes out, but they are able to actually fight it because Alliance, they held on to some of their key spells there.
You know, for sort of the tank ability that VICI Gaming have, at this point, they just can't get the kills quick enough. There's always this opportunity for Alliance to turn. And fighting as they did there with the Aegis, Nico Baby having the second life, they were always going to get the cleanup. Sure, they lose 33, but it takes so much focus from Eurus that he catches himself in a very bad position. But as well, hot players with the field, the glimpses, making sure that they turn 1 kill into 2, into 3. A smile there for Limp. He knows that this game could certainly have a very different outcome to what occurred in game 1.
Yeah, they're going to have to find ways to be able to break versus that. I think they have to find ways to break through that front line of Alliance on the side of VICI. The Ursa, the Magnus, and the Beastmaster there, they kind of soaked everything, while the 2 supports on Alliance just sat in the back. Fada and Hansken were just like, okay, we're going to be able to get multiple instances of our spells up. We saw, what, 2 or 3 kinetic fields, 2 or 3 Ancient Seals as well. I do think VICI, they have to prioritize getting onto that back line, in particular with PYW. He has to find a way to kill them.
He's trying to push. The combo's there. Will be able to save himself a little bit with the self-kills. Skewer back off the mark. Limp won't be able to grab him, but the glimpse again. They bring him back. The Timber Chain won't get him out. He's got the living armor. Another way to try and cut out of there, but 33's in. Brings in the Centaur Conqueror. War Stomp stops Ori's efforts.
They still have all their abilities available as well. Hans mana, but they've got a shrine here. They might just actually smoke and look for another play here as that Timber is dead. They're all grouped up. It looks like that's probably the option here for them. Looks like they're going to smoke at least. Nope, they swapped it out again. Thought it did. Seemed like he wanted to, but maybe switched his mind as they did send the Ursa toward the top lane. You're starting to recognize, I think that Aghanims this game got punished a bit there, and he is going to be going back for a BKB, and now Yang.
They're making plays on Yang. Yang is going to have that second chance of a life. Actually doesn't need it to be popped. They won't have the full control for him. DY and PYW stop Alliance from chasing any further.
Yeah, these supports on Alliance are putting in so much work. They have to get into the back lines. VICI, they have to find a way to get on those 2, as they're just putting in way too much work inside of the fights. Now it is going to be Alliance going for this smoke play.
They're very strong. Even with Limp, yet to invest with that 3,200 gold that he is holding on to.
And he's actually queued up a very interesting item himself, too. More silences to try to deal with the Abad and deal with that Slark.
I'm talking about dealing with the Slark. They catch him. The Atos into the Ancient Seal. Eurus is in trouble. He needs help. He's not going to get it.
Oh. He is really getting punished here by this quick silence from Hanskin.
Every single time, you know, Eurus, he had that solid start in the lane, 3 deaths back to back. The silence too much for him to deal with.
This does feel like it's one of those games where the Ags, we've seen it have super successful games versus mobilities. This one, it does feel like it's hurting him, not having the way to get rid of those silences, get rid of those disables of himself. A BKB would be doing absolute wonders for him. Usually, we have seen that Ags be incredibly successful, but in this game, it doesn't feel like it's going to have that much right now. He really needs a BKB to deal with these disables. These supports, we said Alliance, looking hot right now. 2K gold lead. Still nothing to boast about too much. But a good series of succession as they're also looking to get more aggressive here, and they constantly can. When you're ahead and you have a disruptor on your lineup, every time people split up, you're going to get glimpsed out of position.
VICI Gaming may try and fight this, though. They're bringing everyone in. Eurus isn't going to be here, and it looks like it would just be a defensive maneuver, making sure that Yang can step away.
I think he's recognizing that they just don't fight until he has BKB on Slark. After those last 2 situations, he probably was feeling like the strongest hero on the map on the Slark when he had that Echo Saber and that Aghanims, but was a bit wrong with the way that those disables do come out on him. So yeah, needing that BKB is going to make his life like infinitely easier. He doesn't have to really worry about majority of the spells on Alliance for a long time.
They get the glimpse back. He has the ult to dodge a lot of the Mystic Flare damage. The drag back from Limp's attempted, but the Timber Chain keeps him safe. Or he's able to break the distance. He
is very strong on Ori too. He is quite tanky with the items that he has picked up, both the Essence Ring as well as Craggy Coats. That seems like 2 of the best items he could have found on a Timbersaw, actually. In combination with his Halberd and his Yules, he is definitely quite strong.
They've got to keep their eyes on this area as well. VICI Gaming, Roshan available for the 2nd time this game. If Alliance see any sort of chance to move into there after finding a pickoff with this Ursa, this empowered Ursa, they'll clean it up very, very quickly. Nearly level 20 on Nikobaby's Ursa. The BKB also about to be done.
Oh, yeah, he's very farmed. That empower is really helping him quite a lot get that extra last hits all the way up to 234. He's 4-0-9 too. He's involved in 13 of the 16 kills so far. And yeah, Eurus just, like we said, he wants BKB before he's even trying to look for any type of engagement at all. We'll be very close to it, and then we could see them actually look for a fight again.
They've got some good answers now, VICI Gaming. BKB, when it's down Eurus, the double halberd, it's done. Both Ori and Jiang ready to put a stop to Nikobaby's attempts in the team fight. Fada's been caught. If they can burst him before he gets a chance to get off the static, so it would be a great start to fight.
Big punch forward.
Finally falls. They get the kill on Fada. No threat of the disruptor team fight control this fight.
Eurus popped Shadow Dance, actually. I'm not sure if that was by accident, but he did it like while he was pouncing away. So he won't have that actually for 50 seconds.
That's a DD outside the pit. We'll see Eurus able to get in. Grab that for himself. Alliance playing it cool a little bit whilst Fada is dead. They know that there's no threat really of VICI Gaming getting in and Doom Rush themselves. They don't have the lineup or the tools to do so. There's no rush for Alliance. VICI Gaming's best move would be if they can play aggressive, get a pick off whilst Fada is dead. Eurus maybe eyeing up the potential, but it's still hard. With Alliance having the high ground control, VICI Gaming cannot really move into the jungle like this. They've got to wait for Alliance to come out.
Yeah. And they've got the BKB, which makes him pretty impossible to kill.
Eurus gonna start to poke a bit of Nikobaby. Another pounce out. Just trying to see what he can force out in terms of spell usage.
He's good on the mana regen, so he doesn't have to worry with that Echo Saber. You see he's quickly regenning up. He's gonna always go for these pounces in and out to scout things. He feels so much safer, like we said. With the BKB, he's not really at risk of getting picked off by most of the spells from Alliance. So yeah, just keep tabs on that Roche. Don't let Ursa get that one. And they do have everything available, so they could look still for a fight. As we will have outposts in about 45, and Eurus, he's just in.
He is. He tried for Hanskin. He's going to get dragged back here. Gets the Shadow Dance off in time. He's still trying to commit onto the Sky Fade. Can he get the bomb down? He can't. The drag back with the RP. Finally falls forward. Eurus will finish off Hanskin, and now can try and turn for more. Ori sparrowing out the Shackles, forcing 33 back. The silence there onto Limp. Limp's tanky, but they're slowly peeling him down. BKB comes out from Limp. Buyback from DY. VICI Gaming wants to commit heavily for this fight.
Oh, the path's over.
He's forced to BKB. Fada looks to glimpse back. Eurus will be able to take him away. away, but Ori commits, gets the kill. Nico Baby has to BKB TP out. Alliance know this is not a fight to take.
114 stolen Agi. This could be the thing that allows them to actually look to go into a Roche pit.
That's a big old number.
Yeah, he actually is able to commit forward so hard. Yang also in that situation, even though the RP comes out, but I think the panel, everybody's always talked about the counters versus a lot of these initiations, Ravages or Magnus RPs. Use ult and then shield the opposing person so they can get his spells off. Paparazzi able to stick on a target there and build up so much Agi. A quick disengage by Lions.
Excellent move for VICI Gaming to secure Roche against a lineup where it is not easy. They needed that sort of a fight where Eurus was able to build that incredible power up with the Essence Shift, and they do it. Aegis into the hands of Slark, and they'll be able to have that cheese as well that Yang is holding on to now in his backpack.
And that fight too, they were able actually to get onto the supports in the back line. That's the important thing that I saw too. I saw DY, sure he died, but he actually went onto the back line to disable them as, PYW actually quickly gets burst down.
Yeah, was trying to farm underneath the ward, so easy vision for them to start the fight off. They'll look towards poking around with Eurus, but with the BKB, Aegis and Shadow Dance, Eurus is now a whole different sort of beast for them to tackle.
Yeah. There the Aghanims feels really good when he has the BKB, when he actually can just jump on any target and not be afraid. This Aghanims, this item just enabling Slark so much to be that beast as he can stick on targets so easily.
They need some sort of defensive maneuvers. We have, Hansken, he's nearly got the Yule Scepter on the way out, so at least some way that he can sort of take himself up into the air and buy some time to wait out the Dark Pact until he comes back down, then able to drop the combo onto Eurus. But it's hard. As you said, with the BKB commitment, Eurus is going to be able to get these support kills every single time.
Yeah, and he's going to hold it for a long time. He's got the 10-second one, but it's just that threat of it. He's always going to have it available. The silence comes out, he'll pop the BKB instantly. And with this Aegis, he probably feels so much safer as his team is all gathered together.
$32 minutes coming up, 16 to 18, less than 1K gold in it. This time, Alliance, we saw game one, VICI Gaming really raised the bar. Alliance so far have been able to keep up, giving us a very exciting start to this all-important game for both teams here down in the lower bracket.
Getting denied an Aegis, though, with an Ursa lineup feels really, really painful. It's going to make your game so much harder to play when you are playing versus Eurus, that he can just do things like this and jump into your base because he has all this freedom of it. And you don't have that liberty. You don't have an Aegis, and yeah, running an Ursa lineup is going to be really tough in the next few moments for them. And they even have tons of control now, as we did see PYW. He did finish up that Ags in the last few moments, so sure, your Ursa has BKB, sure, your Magnus has BKB, but they're going to get controlled. They're going to have to make a decision. Do they stay inside the coil or do they break it? And that's it. If they stay inside the coil, that's just going to allow Slar to build up the stacks. If they break it, similar situation. So they do have a lot of their bases covered on VICI Alliance. They have to find a way to be able to tackle.
Yeah. They're losing towers. Nico Baby, he's going to go all in. Abyssal Blade complete. It's on its way out now.
Okay.
Does mean he does not have the chance for a buyback. And with those tier 2s falling, VICI Gaming are stepping closer and closer to being able to threaten that high ground siege. We'll see if the investment pays off and if Nico Baby is able to delete heroes immediately. The panel did talk about the strength of the Abyssal Blade this game.
There's a lot of ways to protect versus it at the same time, too. Yang, he's always going to be able to there to just shield it off if he does go on most of the heroes. Ori is unbelievably tanky, sitting at, 63 armor when he does have those reactive stacks up, so he could be a tough one to bring down, as we see that Abyssal come out initially. But this does feel like VICI has a very strong lead at the moment. Even though it's only 2K gold lead, the way that they've built up, they do feel way stronger than Alliance right now in these next quite a bit, actually. It does feel like it can be very hard for Alliance to actually make any aggressive moves here, as VICI is just controlling the map. And they do have a gem now, of course, picked up, so they're going to look to just clean out all of the vision that Alliance does have. And Alliance doesn't really have much available to themselves, as they are versus a Slark, which makes the game that much harder for you to be able to see anything. As
he tries to poke.
Uh-oh.
Mystic Flare is going to be entirely off the mark with the freedom that PYW has to walk around. There's backup coming in. Hansken, he's got spider legs, so he can juke them out a little bit. He's going to try his best over the trees, but they're chasing. He'll self-fuel, but it's only going to buy time for Eurus to be able to come in and claim an extra stack of Essence Shift.
Oh, PYW earned that kill, though. He worked so hard
Yeah, but
for
you
it.
gotta let the Slark have the touch, you know.
But he worked so
You
hard.
want that permanent bonus.
No, for sure. It's feeling tough, even though it's only 2K gold lead. The fights just feel very difficult versus the tank ability of VICI and the way they've itemized now. And just so much control on the map.
Alliance, they are going to have to head back home. VICI Gaming getting closer to threatening this high ground advancement. Still with that Aegis. Still with the cheese. It's going to be a lot of lives for Alliance to try and burst through. Eurus, the quick little poke on Limps.
They can just have fun with them, just constantly toy with them. Aegis does get reclaimed there, but I do believe they gained a crazy amount, not only just because they have it, but because they deny that Aegis from Alliance, where when you're playing an Ursa lineup, you are all about that mid-game, and this mid-game has gone successfully now for VICI, and in the later stages, you look at VICI's draft, and you have to really like this Slark's chances versus an Ursa Magnus lineup.
Alliance, very observant of that Aegis timeout. Want to make a move as soon as it does go away. See who they can catch out here. 33 starting to scout things out with the Hawk, sending it over to the back lines.
They're pinging it out, though. They seem to know.
Yeah, staying entirely on their half of the map. Continuing to get up more defensive items. Lotus Orb done on Ori, so he himself will now also have a save for whoever gets gone on and focused by the Hansken combo.
He has so much armor now, too. So many different ways to protect himself with that halberd on top as well. And now it looks like VICI, they probably want to try to get some D-wards down on the bottom side. As Eurus, he's actually just committing forward in.
He's found Fada. He's going to set up for the two-man tree core. They will turn with the static storm, but Eurus has got the BKB. He's ready to get out of it. Tree core snap. They have found Fada. RP committed by Lim. Do
He's
they
too
have
tanky.
any sort of damage to kill this Slark? They do not. They've got to get out of here, Alliance. Nico Baby's going to try and drop this missile found with the ancient seal. They'll do it, baby. They get him. They get a Eurus and Nico Baby. He's ready to step forward for more. Yanks borrowed time. Soon to wear off. Eurus buying back. He wants to come in, knowing that Alliance have utilized already some of their ultimates in this fight. Lim goes for the BKB TP out. Will manage to make it away before anyone's in there to cancel it. And that's something. 33 does go down, but Alliance are able to get everyone else away after Eurus brought back in an attempt to find more.
They lose their gem, though, on Alliance. That is now 2 gems on the side of VICI, but Eurus, it looks like he didn't expect that one to come in there. That silence from the Skyrack is the bid for him to do this again.
He's got to be careful. Nico Baby focusing that PYW, the skewer comes in, but PYW gets the phase shift off. Yang, borrows time, they turn, Dream Core's down on the 2, but they've got the BKB. Eurus a pounce, gets him out of the reach of the Ursa. He's trying to get back in Eurus. He's looking for Hansken, can't quite get on top of him though. He's being kited up, turns for the bigger, juicier target, and he goes for Nico Baby. Static slows down, but Eurus BKB's back up. He's able to turn, commit to Lim.
He wants more.
Pounces up to the high ground. He's on top of 33. Buybacks coming out from both Nico Baby and from the Beastmaster. As Alliance, they're pushing back VICI Gaming. Eurus will calm down for now. 55 seconds without the BKB.
Oh my god, he's really playing it on the edge, though. It does seem like in some situations he might actually go down there, but able to get that extra lifesteal and protection from his teammates. He also had the cheese there, of course, pumping him back up to full HP, and his BKB came up at the perfect time for him to get rid of that static storm. And now, yeah, Limp is down for 60 seconds. They're probably going to press the issue here.
VICI Gaming know they have this strength. 20 seconds until Nico Baby's got his BKB ready to go again. Will be a little sooner than Eurus has got his own ready to pop.
All of VICI is going to have their ults available. Overgrowth is at the ready. They also do have the Puck Dream Coil. No Magnus is going to make this a very hard defense here. No Static Storm either for 15 seconds.
The tier 3 slowly falling. The Puck fortification. Try and throw out whatever they can from a distance. But VICI Gaming, they're not going anywhere. They have the self-sustain to hold their ground, clean out the middle set of racks. Maybe even more. Tier 2s, of course, already taken out from all of the side lane. Get the guns back on Ori. Quick usage of the Lotus Orb causes issues for Hansken. 15 seconds until Limp's back in. As VICI Gaming, they'll get the mid-racks and they'll back off.
They can disengage and at least kill the Shrine in the meantime. Looks like that's going to be the choice. Eurus is going to get rid of this boar really quick first, and then they're going to go for that Shrine. Very strong push forward there. Eurus with that, I mean, with a very aggressive buyback in those last few minutes, really working out for VICI.
It really did. You know, a situation where he's just able to read the game, say, you know, some of the bigger threats, they're gone. RP's down, Raw's off the menu. We can get back in. We can pressure Alliance Something that you will see these top-tier teams in the world do so effortlessly. And it pays off. Rax down in the middle lane, and now Alliance behind 11,000 gold.
Ori stepping up. Cool spot for a second there. He knows something's up. Looks like he did see Nico maybe for a second. And Fada's actually the one spotted.
He's got to drop his spells. He's been spotted out. He's going to be able to try and get himself out of there. He'll just let himself fall.
He's dead for 80.
He has not got buyback. No way back into the game for over a minute.
And it is going to be Roche in about 55 seconds.
A prize.
And what looks like all the bounty runes and the 2 outposts are going to go for VICI as well. And we have 40 minutes. Maybe they do have quite a window here. Oop. There's good lag from both sides. Everyone kind of standing still for a moment.
We should be able to get back on that immediately. Looks like the lag has subsided.
UI's in a little bit of an awkward spot right now. Sees the Hawk. The Hawk sees him. But he will not allow that Hawk to stay and keep vision around that Roche pit as Eurus tries to jump forward while that Disruptor is dead. But they are keeping tabs of the Roche. They actually have a...
He can find the coil.
Oh!
He gets it on 33. 33 is going to be jumped on. The Beastmaster's dead.
90
no
seconds.
for him. Limp's trying to drag back Ori, but Alliance, they've got to get out of here. Hansket, he cannot get away. He's falling low. He's dead. He does have buyback. He's going to have to use it. Limp, BKB pop. You can't mess around with these heroes. They'll have Fada back in 20 seconds, but now it's 33's turn to watch from the side.
And they just saw the Roche spawn. They do have that courier, as we were mentioning, VICI. They have one standing right on top of it, and it is an Ag's Scepter on that Roche.
And no contest at all here. Available from Alliance.
I wonder who they give this Axe to, actually, now that I'm looking at it.
Probably to the tree, right? Oh, maybe.
Tree one sounds nice, but Yang's also...
Oh, yeah, Yang for the sort of high ground siege and looking to win the game, tanking, offering that safety for his team. Why not?
But maybe Ori just takes it. I'm not too sure who's going to actually take it. They're actually just going to look for the fight.
Alliance is trying to get out here, but the BKB is on cooldown. Liz trying to commit, but he used it early on the defensive. He hasn't got it for 20 seconds. Who tries to steal away? But Eurus pulls the BKB. Limp step for a minute and a half. Nico Baby tries to BKB, but he's been disarmed by the Halberd. Finally able to pop the ult, but the Drew Cole still stands back on him. He tries for the TP out, but he cannot escape. Eurus cancels the TP. And Nico Baby's dead. GG is called, and VICI Gaming take game 2, and with that, the entire series 2-0 for VICI Gaming.
I feel like the moment where they're able to actually get aggressive and take that second Roshan is the most important part in the entire game. They identify the fact that they went for the Aghanim Scepter on the Slark, which can be a little bit greedy as that secondary item. He goes back for BKB, and right there, they just claim full control of the map. Once they get the BKB, once they get